Well, Amanda Eland, a liberal activist, has announced that she is no longer female, but rather non-binary, and everyone, including her husband of 15 years, must refer to her now by they, them pronouns. Now, the husband is not allowed to refer to her by female pronouns anymore, with Ms. Eland stating, "We are both learning how to not misgender me." Okay, joining us to discuss Newsmax contributor Deneen Borelli. Deneen, great to have you with us today. My head spins every time I hear about these stories. She's been married to a man for 15 years, suddenly wakes up and decides that she's also changing not just her sexuality, but apparently also her pronouns. So grammar, essentially. Is this reasonable, or what do you think of this?
Well, it's amazing how news stories like this become news stories, considering how our country and the world, by the way, is on fire. But look, these topics are in our face way too much on a regular basis. Personally, I don't care what people do in their personal lives, but my concern are our children because they see and hear everything. And if our children are not protected, things could go awry. I mean, look at what's going on in certain schools across the country. Our kids are being over-sexualized. There's inappropriate books and curriculum that is going on in these schools and classrooms. That is my greatest concern, what our children are hearing and seeing. Adults are on their own. They can do what they want. It is freedom. We have freedom in America.
Yeah, that is true. That is true. And we love that. That's one of the many things we love about our country. Whitley Yates joins us now as on The Other View. All right, Whitley, your reaction when you saw that the wife is not formally the wife, but now a they, them.
It was an interesting article to read, but the most interesting point was the fact that she misgendered herself in this journey. And I think as people are going through this journey, changing pronouns and who they believe that they were to who they are, that there should be grace in other people for knowing you for who you are for 40 some years. And then this one day you decide to change who you are. They have been throwing kids out of school, suspending children as well who have misgendered or mispronounced people. And I don't think that that's right or that's fair when they're clearly pronouncing and misgendering themselves.
Yeah, I just think about what that dinner conversation is like. So, as of this evening, I just think about that. All right, let's get to this one. The University of Minnesota was a pioneer in granting civil rights to students, officially ending racial segregation on campus in 1938. But it looks like segregation, instead of going away, maybe was just taking a break. At the university's Student Fitness Center, many of the most desired classes are now for people of color only, with white students being banned. A university spokesperson had this to say, quote, "The classes are an important way for students of color to take up space in places historically known to be predominantly white, such as the gym." Deneen. Bob's sitting next to me saying, what?
Yes. Yeah, what? Double what? Hashtag what? Yeah, this is a university where tuition, out-of-state tuition, and other expenses are well over $54,000. So parents, check that out. Look, our country fought hard to be colorblind and integrated. And unfortunately, we have the radical progressives who are dismantling everything. Students should be learning to thrive, to survive in our country. These schools and curriculum activities should not be teaching divisiveness and racism and propaganda, because that is what this is.
Whitley, here's where I get confused, because if it had been a slightly different story and there was any implication that black students were, say, either more athletic or were less healthier, it could be a million different things, then that would have been racist. So it seems like whatever happens is racist if someone who isn't of a different color or a different race comes up with it. It's confusing to me as a white woman.
You know, what's interesting is that we don't need separate but equal sports in colleges and universities. We don't need to create safe spaces. The gym is already a safe space. And if people want to go and use the workout facilities and the equipment, then as students that are paying to be at that university, they have the right to. I find it very interesting that anytime you are creating safe spaces for minorities, it's okay, but there are not any such safe spaces for the majority population. And I think that this really kind of just moves towards this progressivism when you're saying that the gym was not a safe space for people of color.
Yeah, Dinian, do you think we have gone backwards when it comes to things like segregation? Do you think that racism has even gotten worse, but maybe reversed in some cases? Are we going backwards? I guess that's my primary question.
Going backwards only if we allow it to, because people need to understand what is going on, how this divisiveness and racism is being perpetuated in our country. First of all, Whitley and I would not be on this network, this platform. So if racism was so rampant, we wouldn't be here. So I thank goodness for our predecessors, our ancestors who fought hard for us to be a free country, for all men to be created equal and have equal opportunities.
And Whitley, I want to continue on that. I have heard many liberals say, how can someone who is Black actually be a Republican? That's an oxymoron. What would you say to them?
You know what? I said that anytime you look at someone and you can decide their political ideology based on the color of their skin, that's racist. And the truth of the matter is, overwhelmingly majority minorities are conservative. I am a conservative Republican woman. I am proud to be a part of the party of Lincoln. And I think that other people who hold those same conservative beliefs and want to hold on to this country, understand who we are, who we were, and who we can be in the future should definitely stand up and be proud of not only who you are, but what you believe.
All right, beautifully stated. Dinian Borelli, Whitley Yates, thanks for joining me on The Other View.
Thank you.